Thank you for joining us. I'm Isis Romero. We are proud to honor and celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. It's the time of year to recognize the history, culture, and contributions of Hispanic Americans, both past and present. Over the next 20 minutes, we'll share stories that reflect the lasting impact of Hispanic culture, not just in our city, but across the nation. We begin by taking you across the city, where San Antonio is celebrating not just with music and food, but with color, history, and paint. We kick off our coverage with a tour of a few of San Antonio's most meaningful murals. In San Antonio, history isn't just preserved, it's painted into the present. During Hispanic Heritage Month, the city's murals appear more colorful than ever, telling stories of struggle, triumph, and cultural pride.
Here, this is her family, right? We're paying homage to her parents that have already passed, La Virgen de Guadalupe, which I think is prominent in almost all the houses around here. And what's really cool about this one, we incorporated
this West Side mural on South Trinity, entitled 8 Stages in the Life of a Chicana,
but when she looks in the mirror,
tells the visual story of a woman's life.
Things that our kids recognize, right? And again, the skin tones are brown, people of Mexican American and Mexican descent, and so this is like her family, right, when she's growing up.
Several of the city's murals were created with the help of Sananto Cultural Arts, a nonprofit that's commissioned 66 public murals since the 90s.
Just kind of creating a canvas out in the community where people can learn about San Antonio through visual storytelling, which I think is great.
Each mural becomes a neighborhood landmark, a lesson, and a legacy.
She talked to the community, and they really wanted to highlight women.
Like this one at the corner of West Commerce and North Navidad.
And so she kind of created this Mother Earth tree right here using these big, bold, beautiful colors. And then a sun and a moon, which is, I think, part of our cultura. All the abuelitas have like the sun and the moon outside their house and things like that. So she created this sort of Mother Earth goddess figure with the sun and the moon. And then she's highlighted different women that people in this neighborhood look up to.
The murals serve as more than art.
And then she actually put what certain herbs are used for.
For the artists themselves, it's a reflection of who they are.
This is a very kind of personal thing to me, just because, I feel representation is important. This color right here.
Rudy Herrera has been painting murals in San Antonio's inner core for almost a decade.
He's getting hit with arrows at our heart.
His art is inspired by his ancestors.
This kind of flat, real linear style is just something that we're kind of familiar seeing, just because our ancestors kind of had that styling, just because we saw it first before outside influence.
Block by block, San Antonio's murals color the city with more than just paint and plaster. They fill it with pride and a reverence for the past that will never fade. Isis Romero, KENS 5. When visitors come to San Antonio for the first time, they're often told there are 3 must-see places they have to go: the Alamo, the Riverwalk, and Mi Tierra Cafe. The vibrant downtown restaurant has been a tourist destination for decades. But beyond the visitors, Mi Tierra remains a favorite among locals looking for a taste of home. So what is Mi Tierra's secret? Danny Hermosillo tells us it's definitely a family recipe.
Pollo al carbón con enchiladas.
Lunchtime at Mi Tierra Cafe. Since 1941, the Cortez family has been serving up the finest in Mexican food, cultural atmosphere, and a dash of familia. It can currently seat up to 500, a far cry from the 3-table cafe the Cortez family started out with.
Our founders, Pedro and Cruz, they're the founding generation.
Pedro Cortez immigrated from Guadalajara in 1928. He met the love of his life, Cruz Yanes, in San Antonio, and started a family as well as a restaurant business. After several years of struggling, they found a home in El Mercado.
In 1961, after operating 2 restaurants now on a month-to-month basis for 20 years, he was given an opportunity to buy the entire block for just under $250,000, and he made that huge investment and continued to grow.
They named the restaurant Mi Tierra because it reminded them of their mother country. As the business grew, so did the family's roots. They began to live the American dream, which is also the name of the mural adorning their rear dining room.
It was started in the late 80s, early 90s, and has been worked on, over that time period by 2 different artists.
My dad, 1943.
There's a lot of, like you said, a lot of nationally recognized individuals, a lot of local, individuals who have made significant contributions in the Latino community, not just here in San Antonio, but nationally as well.
Mariachis are always on the menu, as are the drool-inducing pan dulce. They're woven into the fabric of the restaurant, just like the flavor of family. Numerous employees are second, even third generation. Same goes for the customers.
And this is the Estrada family.
Jesse and Susie Estrada have dined here every day for 60 years. It's become a tradition for their daughters as well.
It's not only the food, but the people that work there and the owners. They always greet you, they treat you right, and makes a big difference,
The Cortez's family's roots have spread across San Antonio, operating La Margarita Bar at Market Square and Pico de Gallo across the highway in the Old West Side. Mi Tierra Cafe has established itself as the heart of El Centro de San Antonio, but the Cortez family wants to share the wealth and are supporting a plan called La Zona Cultural. Now that would take the Spanish ambiance from Market Square all the way down to Main Plaza.
It's all part of bond projects that we've worked with the city of San Antonio on to beautify the west end of downtown, to widen the sidewalks, narrow the streets a little bit, to improve the landscaping and really to really highlight all the cultural assets that we have in this neighborhood.
While the tourists who dine at Mi Tierra are a blessing, it's the locals who appreciate it most. That's because for decades they have savored the dedication, consistency, and love that goes into every plate.
We want the guests to leave here feeling like they had not just a great meal with great people, but that they left with an experience.
This is comida mexicano hecho por mexicanos, 100%.
En El Centro, Danny Hermosillo, Canvas 5.
You've probably seen the name on clinics, urgent care centers, even physical therapy offices. The Gonzaba name is widely recognized, especially on San Antonio's south side. Behind the Gonzaba Medical Group is a visionary many simply know as Dr. Bill. Henry Ramos introduces us to the man behind the mission.
I'm obsessed.
Or perhaps more like a calling for 91-year-old Dr. Bill Gonzaba.
Treat your patients with respect and compassion.
Dr. Bill, like many call him, has built a medical empire. It didn't happen overnight.
No, we didn't have any doctors in El Barrio.
Growing up in San Antonio's Sunny Slope neighborhood, he was known as Billy. He was an all-star athlete. And when it came to figure out what was next, at first, he thought he had a higher calling.
And I was very religious. I thought I wanted to be a priest.
Around the same time, Dr. Bill recalls a defining moment in his life, a conversation with a friend named Paco in a parking lot.
Billy, what are you studying? Paco, I'm going to pharmacy. Why don't you go to medical school? Paco, I could never be accepted. 3 words got me here. Yes, you can.
Those 3 words changed his life. In 1954, he was one of 2 Hispanics to be accepted into medical school in Galveston.
But I got the letter. I said, son of a gun. I opened it. Big lump in my throat. I'm going to be a doctor. What an honor, what a privilege.
He wanted to serve his people in San Antonio.
There was never any other reason or thought that I would come back to the South Side. I started.
His first clinic was so small, there was no waiting room. People had to wait in their car.
My barrio, they all became my patients.
Thank you for all you do in the community.
Thank you.
65 years later, from one clinic to now several medical centers, clinics, physical therapy, Gonzaba Medical Group is everywhere and is growing. There are more than 900 employees. Some of the physicians include his sons and grandson.
He has put his blood, sweat, and tears into this practice, and it shows. I mean, he's the hardest worker I know and the most dedicated man that I know.
Here at GMG, they pride themselves on the following.
That we're here for patience, como familia.
Como familia.
Always.
Always. Como familia. Because it's about honesty, it's about respect, right? It's about working together as a team.
When asked about his legacy, Dr. Bill says he doesn't think of that much.
It's about the future. The future is unknown and challenging.
But he reminds us, when there is purpose, there is always a path forward.
Yes, you can. Absolutely. Why not? Why not? Determination, persistence, con ganas.
In January, Gonzaba Medical Group is opening its largest clinic to date on the southeast side. The area is near Goliad and South Cross. This is where Dr. Bill grew up, playing baseball and riding on a horse with a wagon with his grandfather. As the historic San Antonio Missions mark 10 years as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, one family's story reminds us history lives not only in stone, but in the heart. At Mission San Jose, one tour guide shares more than dates and details. He has an even greater connection to the mission. His devotion runs so deep, for years he cared for the mission cemetery because he's connected to a person buried there. As our Alicia Nieves explains, while every tour tells history, this volunteer is telling his family's story.
To most visitors, Mission San Jose is history carved in stone. For 74-year-old Vincent Huizar,
It's my
family.
great-great-great-grandfather.
That grandfather was Pedro Huizar, believed by many to be the master craftsman behind the facade and rose window. Commissioned by the King of Spain, Huizar began constructing the window at Mission San Jose in 1775.
It wasn't a master mason, it was a master carpintero.
Two theories surround the window's name. One says it honors Huizar's sweetheart, Rosa, who tragically died at sea. Another, that it was dedicated to Saint Rose of Lima, the first saint of the New World. Whichever is true, the rose window is considered the finest example of Spanish colonial ornamentation in the United States. It's one of the most photographed treasures in Texas, second only to the Alamo.
She told me one day, a couple of times, that, you know what, your dad always said that you are part of the missions and a window that's there.
For Huizar descendants, it's more than art. It's a testament to identity.
Made me feel that I belonged here.
Generations later, Vincent carries that story forward,
Pedro Huizar
giving tours at Mission San Jose,
really knew what he was doing.
making sure visitors don't just see the stone, but feel the hands that shaped it.
To also be able to come here and to hear the story, from someone from the family, it's so exciting.
Just glad to see you all here.
One of the interesting things about San Antonio, how many families can go back to the mission age and recount their history for over 300 years.
People who visit from all over the world are coming to see these UNESCO World Heritage Sites. They want to know about our culture. They want to see somebody who identifies like Mr. Huizar.
For Vincent, that's the gift of history, not just preserving what was built, but echoing the voices of his ancestors.
Don't wait for anybody to tell your story. You need to tell your own story.
A window shaped by mystery, carried forward with pride and passion. For the Huizars, heritage isn't just remembered, it's alive.
I'm glad to be a part of it.
Alicia Nieves.
What I want to do is pass my history to different people.
KENS 5.
Mission San Jose, known as the Queen of the Missions, was established in 1720. And though the rose window's true origin may never be known, Pedro Huizar is laid to rest inside the church. We hope you enjoyed this special. You can watch all of these stories on our website, kens5.com. Bye.